good, man. It feels good. I love this place. It's, you know, there's a lot of fun memories and, you know, excitement that we experienced while we were here. So, yeah, it's just a special place for me. It holds a special place in my heart and in our family's heart. And, you know, our daughter Blaze will be here tonight. So Blaze Royal is her middle name. So she'll get to experience this for the first time.
What was so special, other than obviously winning a title here?
Yeah, you know, I mean, for me it was a little bit of a homecoming when I got to come here because, you know, I grew up, you know, for the first few years of my life, not too far from KC and Belton, and so we came to Royals games. This was the first place I ever saw a Major League game, and to be able to, you know, basically 30 years later, you know, after they had won in '85, to come back and be a part of the team and to help them win a championship was really fun, really special moment for me and my whole family. So my family has ties to this area, and it's a Midwest team, so, you know, it just feels you know, very home-like to me.
What was different about that group than, say, other groups? You went and won one the next year, but what was unique about this 2015 team?
I mean, gosh, I think the relentless attitude of the ball club that year was just pretty incredible. I mean, I always go back to the 8th inning in Houston when we came back and took the lead against the Astros, a good young Astro team, and when the backs were against the wall. And the other thing I remember about this team so much is just they battled. You know, there were no easy outs ever. You know, 2-strike counts were just a battle always. And you know, I just remember the nature of that club being like a never say die type of attitude. You know, and just glad that I got to experience that and be part of it.
So what would that make Blaze, about 2.5?
Yeah, she's 2.5. She was born basically the day after the parade.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously I would think she's too young to really grasp any of it now. But when she gets old enough to where you can tell her stories about her middle name and everything, what will you tell her about this?
I mean, she was along for the ride, even though she didn't know it, you know. And you know, my wife basically held her in. I mean, she was just you know, it was a nerve-wracking time for everybody because we obviously you know, wanted her to arrive safely, but at the same time we wanted to win a World Series. So it was the first one I got to win, and just has a special place in my heart.
When you look back on that, your ability to compartmentalize what's going on in your personal life with the biggest opportunity of your professional life at the time, are you surprised you could do that, or I guess what do you think of your ability as a professional athlete to do that when you look back on it now with hindsight?
Oh man, well, you do what you got to do when there's stress, and I mean there were repercussions after that. I mean I felt it for the next few months for sure in that off season, but you know it was a stressful moment. But you just kind of, you know, my wife was super supportive and just wanted me to just be free to try to do my job as best as I could and help the club win. And so it just kind of became a really fun storyline at the time, I think. Just her part of kind of trying to keep everything stable until we were able to win the World Series. So, you know, even flying out to New York and everything, just to be around when we won was just a special moment because she's just about to pop. Literally, like, was 2 days from having the baby, and you know, we were able to make it back to Nashville, our off-season home, right after the parade, and then we were on to raising another baby. So it was just a really crazy time for us as a family, and you know, just an exciting time.
When you say you felt it afterwards, like in what ways? How did you feel?
Oh my! Well, I just, you know, went right into free agency and discussions about stuff like that, and I'm trying to help the new baby and the other two, you know, older kids that we have, and it was hard to get good workouts in that off season, you know, just because there was so much other stuff going on, and life stuff. So, but at the same time, it was just hard to be able to sit back and relax and enjoy what we had just accomplished because there was so much other stuff going on. But I would just say, I mean, it took a little while, but eventually you just kind of crash. You know, you're just like, whoa, you know, what just happened? And you know, for our family and for all the success between basically that 2-year period where I got traded to Oakland and then here to Kansas City, winning in Kansas City, going to Chicago, winning in Chicago was just a whirlwind time period for us. So things have slowed down a little bit the last couple of years, thankfully, but it's, you know, it's such exciting stuff that, you know, you learn a lot, but you also still have to process a lot about it.
So how much went into the middle name? Was that a long discussion? Was it something you felt in advance?
We just loved it, you know. We thought it worked for either a boy or a girl, and, you know, we were excited to put it in there at some place, especially once we won. You know, it was just like, you know what? She will never remember. She won't know, but we all will. And she was there, even though she doesn't realize that she was a part of it, and you know, just to know that you know, she was with us, even though she doesn't remember it, is special for our family.
It was such a bond that you developed with the fans here, maybe being a Midwesterner like them too, and sometimes people forget that you were only here, including the playoffs, for 3 months, but I think people look back and say, man, this guy was a Royal for a long time. Did it feel the same way to you?
Yeah, it did. I mean, the love that we've gotten as a family from this area since has been nothing short of amazing to us. You know, my wife has done a lot of music and speaking and stuff around here as well, in the area since then, and you know, I always have people come up and say, just, you know, like, we miss you, thank you so much for being a part of that, and yeah, I mean, it's a special kindred you have with the fans when you get to be there in the moment that matters most for them, and be a part of that. So I'll always have that, and I'm grateful for it. And yeah, there's a sense of Midwestern, you know, respect that I have for people around here, and the feeling that I get from talking to them is a little bit more of, you know, kind of the way that I feel like I grew up. So that was part of the reason why I wanted to go to Chicago too, because it's close to home, and Midwest as well. But, you know, like I said, I just always think fondly of my time here.